What's happening, guys? Safety Liner C2 here. So a little while back, I did a video explaining how I inventory my school bus collection. And in that video, I said that I do have a couple other videos that I would like to make here in the future, kind of administering and keeping a grip on the collection overall, as I do eventually ramp up to finally do a complete school bus collection tour, and this is going to be one of those videos. Now, if you've read the title, then you will know that in this video I'm going to tell you where you might be able to find, pick up, and buy some school bus things. Alright, so maybe you already know all of these or most of these. Maybe you just want to get into collecting yourself. Maybe you know me or another bus enthusiast and are trying to figure out where the heck you can get something school bus related for me. But the reality is that I probably already have it, so good luck with that. So throughout this video, you're going to see a common theme of hit or miss, and that's really just because, we're looking to buy school bus memorabilia here. It's not like there's a lot of people who are school bus enthusiasts or collectors, so the stuff that was produced, especially some of the older stuff, there's just not a whole lot of it. But yeah, let's go ahead, dive into it, and make sure you stick around. I actually go out and actually look around at physical stores, and I found some pretty good stuff. So with that, let's go ahead and start at the complete opposite end of the spectrum, stuff that you can get right now online. Now, if you're getting into collecting on your own, or you want to start buying for someone else, you might automatically think Amazon. And with 20,000 results, I wouldn't blame you for thinking that either. But as you can see, especially if you're a school bus collector already, stuff like this is just not too interesting. Most of these are fairly common, and you can just buy these super cheap. As a school bus enthusiast and collector myself, a lot of that stuff is not stuff that I actively search out for, but yeah, if I come across it and it's for a decent price, I'll get it, and of course I will accept it as a gift if someone gives it to me. Now, of course, one of the benefits of shopping on Amazon is if it's a Prime thing, you'll get it super quick and free shipping, so that's always a bonus. But the reality is, a lot of the stuff that you're going to find on Amazon is either designed for super young kids or just plain old base, nothing interesting school bus models, which maybe that is what you're looking for, and Amazon is a great place to look for that, but I personally never buy anything school bus related off of Amazon. Moving on, one of the benefits of shopping online is that there are specialized and specific stores to where you can buy stuff, and there are a couple school bus model websites that you can buy stuff off of. One of them is FJ Bus Models. Now, as you can see, there are a lot of different categories, including school buses. Now, unfortunately, there's only 2 school buses on here, and both of them are sold out. But if you dig around on this website, there is some good stuff hidden. Here's 2 what you would consider school buses under the Matchbox school bus section. Here's a couple things listed under the school bus stop signs. I think that these are pretty neat. There's some Bluebird emblems, some Thomas, even a Superior emblem down at the bottom. But FJ Bus Models is really more for coach and city bus models with whatever school buses that they can find. Now, with that being said, I have bought stuff off of FJ Bus Models. In fact, I got my first ICBE off of there, if I'm not mistaken. And if there was something on there that I was interested in, I would buy off of this site again. Now, another website that I've bought stuff off of before is schoolbusgifts.com. Now, as you can probably guess from the title, this is really geared more towards school buses. So, for example, they have a Thomas pin on here. Here's a bunch of Bluebird pins, a Super Coach, a CE. There's Herpa models on here. There's an HDX ruler, an ER model, an HDX model. There's a Lion pin, and some stuff like patches and even a Thomas branded tire gauge. Now, obviously, there is some common models on here, but as you can see, we are definitely diving deeper into collector territory, considering that the website is organized by bus brand. There's a lot of branded stuff on here, and the name of the website is schoolbusgifts.com, so I kind of would expect it to be collector based. Now, speaking of branded stuff, you can get school bus merchandise from manufacturers. Bluebird, Thomas, and IC all have merchandise pages, and it definitely does vary on how good the stuff that they have is. But let's just take a quick look at the websites. First up is Bluebird. They generally have a lot of stuff on here, and they do a pretty good job of rotating stuff in and out on a regular basis. There's a keychain, some face masks, another face mask, an umbrella, and a plush. They have vision banks, clocks, rulers. There's a handful of different items that you can wear, and some other random stuff that you might not need, but they put their logo on it anyways. Thomas does a fairly decent job at updating their website, maybe not so much as Bluebird, but they still have a pretty good selection of stuff you can get. Not too long ago, they just added a whole Julie section. You can get the Thomas branded race car, HDX, and stress bus. Also, just a little hint, take a look at the price of the HDX on Thomas's website and compare that to other places you might find it. They have hats, a couple bags, some drinkware, plenty of stuff that you can wear, some pens, clips, and other random stuff. Even more random stuff like a clip-on safety light, a trailer hitch, and a $400 fire pit. And lastly, we'll take a look at IC, which out of the three, this is the website that I do the least shopping on. Not because I have a thing against IC, but just because they don't normally have a lot of stuff. As you can see, they share their website with International, and there's a lot more international stuff on here than there is IC. For example, look at all of these models that you can get of international trucks. You know how many models you can get of IC buses? 0. Now, yes, you can see that they do have some decent stuff. Like, I've bought those socks before. I'd buy one of those shirts. There's a hoodie, a backpack, a cup. There's just not a whole lot compared to the other two websites. But if you're into IC, then this is definitely the place for you. I've bought stuff off of here before, and we'll probably buy more stuff off of here at some point. But like I said, they just don't have as much stuff as compared to Thomas and Bluebird. Another website, I just feel the need to mention it. I've never bought any school bus stuff off of here before and doubt I will. But Craigslist. Obviously, this is going to be a huge hit or miss just depending on where you are, and you'll probably have more luck finding actual school buses on there than any memorabilia. Like I said, I've never bought anything off of there. I've never found anything interesting in terms of memorabilia. But hey, if you want to buy one of these school bus stop signs for $30, a set of 32 packaged Chevron cars, which includes the creepiest school bus model, I hate that model with a passion, just as bad as a StarCraft Dodge, honestly. But if you want to buy that for $250, or if you want to buy an Amtrak Genesis Schoolie for $16,000, Craigslist is the place to do it. Like I said, I've never bought anything school bus related off of there, and highly doubt I ever will. Now onto the main website that I use, eBay. Now I check eBay for school bus stuff on a semi-regular basis, and I have gotten a lot of good stuff off of here. A lot of the stuff that I unbox comes from eBay. A lot of stuff on this shelf that is school bus related has come off of eBay. I think I got these two Bluebird models off of eBay. eBay is a great place to look for school bus stuff. Now, if you've used eBay before, you know that there are a lot of benefits to it, including the fact that you're able to narrow down searches extremely well. There are buy it now options. You are able to make offers on some stuff. But the biggest one is that there's just such a vast amount of stuff that can be listed on here at any given point. Here's two cool things that I just found searching by newest listings. Here's a 1996 Ford B800 chassis sheet, and here is a backing sign that would be on the back of a school bus whenever it was backing up. Like I said, I have had phenomenal luck with eBay in the past, but it really comes down to a couple things. First off, if it's a bid or a buy it now, that could greatly change whether or not you want to end up getting it. Two, if it is a bid, then you have to compete with other people, maybe even myself, on better items. Now, one of the other things is that some things are just extremely overpriced, that they just seem unreasonable, and there has been a lot of stuff that, I would have bought if it was for a more reasonable price, but that really just depends on the seller. The fourth thing, I think it's the fourth thing, whatever the next one is that there's not always going to be exactly what you're looking for on there at any given point, and there are going to be some times when you are not looking and the exact thing that you want is on there. So sometimes this really is just a test of luck. Also, one of the other benefits of eBay is sometimes you get discounts on stuff. as I was recording this video, I found something that I would actually be interested in buying. I put it on my watch list and I got a discount. Might not buy it yet though. And I think that's it on eBay. I have gotten really good stuff off of here. I will continue to buy off of eBay. This is the main place where I get my school bus memorabilia. And if you are looking to get into collecting school bus memorabilia, or you are looking to get something for someone that is school bus related, this is the place to look. So now that we're done with all the online stuff, let's take a look at a couple places that you can go in person and buy school bus stuff. Now, the first place that might come to your mind may be Walmart, Target, or a toy store. And while they do have school bus models at some of these places, it's essentially like Amazon. Chances are, if you go into one of the stores, you're going to end up getting a Matchbox model or oh shoot, I'm dropping stuff. Something like this. So it just, I normally don't go in there looking for school bus stuff, but every now and then, if I do see something like a new Matchbox model in one of these stores, then yeah, I'll pick it up. Now, the next two places can go hand in hand, and again, this really just depends on your luck and where you are in the country. That being garage sales and flea markets. Now, I was at a flea market recently. I tried to find some school bus stuff there. I had no luck at all. But I have had luck at some other flea markets in the past. Now, I've personally had a lot more luck with garage sales as compared to flea markets, even if it is just picking up a Matchbox model or some random model every now and then. But that is something that I keep my eye out for when I go to them. And the success can be shown in the short that I did not too long ago, where I bought a school bus driver's collection. The next place to look for isn't really for models specifically, it's for parts and other physical bus memorabilia, I guess, even though I guess this would be considered physical bus memorabilia. Whatever, that would be scrapyards. Now, I've only been to one scrapyard, and that was with Noah, who had already torn apart most of the buses to get memorabilia off of. But your luck might just depend on where you live in the US. So for example, out here in the Southwest, there aren't as many scrapyards, and especially those with buses, as say somewhere like the Midwest. But if you're able to find a scrapyard that does have school buses there and that you are able to take parts off of, you know, you can get some really good stuff. All right, and the last place is the place that I have the most luck in person, and the place where we are going to take a little field trip and I will show you some stuff that I have bought. Those places are antique malls. So again, a lot of the stuff here is hit or miss. I have been to some places that have been phenomenal where I've gotten a lot of really good stuff, and sometimes where I walk in, I will scour the building in every corner and crevice I can find and just come up empty-handed. So let's go ahead, let's take a little field trip now. I've recorded these over a number of months in a number of different states and different locations, so hopefully this might give you some idea as to the luck that I've had in the past. I stopped in this antique store in the town. I was like, okay, maybe I'll find some bus stuff in here. I ended up finding a couple sealed Hot Wheels, the Ford B700 ones. I get downstairs and they're like, oh, do you collect Hot Wheels? And I'm like, no, I actually collect school buses. And they were thrilled by it. And I don't, like, I don't ever tell anyone this. So, like, it was really, I don't know, nice to see that people were so interested. Like, wow, that's a very unusual collection and blah, blah, blah. So, like, next time I'm here, I'm definitely stopping back because there were some good ones in there. All right, we're headed to two different places, both of which I've had luck in the past. The first one, I've gotten a stop sign and a book before, and there were a ton of models. There was a ton of bus literature, although it wasn't school bus. It was like Greyhound and kind of coach stuff like that. So I'm hoping that they're going to have some school bus stuff there. The second one, I did find a piece of kind of school bus literature. It was a Ford chassis brochure, and it talked about school buses on there and had a few pictures. So I picked that up, and I think there were 2 or 3 other models there. All of those models were nothing really of interest. I have them, or they were overpriced or bad condition. So hoping that I am going to find some stuff. I did hit up 2 earlier. Didn't find anything at either of those. So hopefully I will come back with something. One of the things that I love about going to the antique malls is that a lot of them have literature sections. And if they're big enough, sometimes they'll have specific bus sections like they do here. Although I have yet to find a school bus specific piece of literature. These are the two I've found so far. A Scenic Cruiser and then this. Both $2. So super cheap. Gonna get them. Here's a picture frame. They wanted $15 for it. Wasn't really interested. And a model that was extremely overpriced. Alright, so not even $5 for super cool pieces. One with a Scenic Cruiser talking about the Detroit diesel engine. And this other one for the Federal Motor Company. Yeah, this is just, it's super cool. So I'm in Phoenix now. I have some stuff I need to do up here. And I'm hitting this antique store right here. I've always had luck in here finding some sort of bus thing. This is a massive store. So I hope that I'm going to find something here, and if time allows, then I'm going to hit another one that I haven't been to that looks promising. So we're going to end up seeing what I find here. I always try to look through all the Hot Wheels. Usually there's not too many there. One thing I always do before I go to new antique malls is I check the pictures on Google Maps. Generally I can get a pretty good idea if I'm going to have luck there based off of those. As I was walking down one of the aisles, I could see the word bus on a yellow sign straight in front of me and was extremely excited, but was worried it was going to be overpriced. Thankfully, it wasn't. Like I said, I always look through the Hot Wheels. These were a little overpriced, so I skipped those. And I normally skip double-decker city and coach buses unless it's something really interesting. Most of the time it's not to me though. I'm generally looking for the yellow buses. And like I said with the last one, I always look through the literature. Thankfully these were organized well. Alright, I definitely didn't need it, but I got both of these. This thing was discounted, $25. And this one, still $20, but it's really, really cool. And I'm gonna have to flip through it more later. I did look through it, but definitely didn't need it. But here it is. Alright, so I don't think I'm gonna have time to hit that other one, but I am immensely satisfied with the two bus things that I did get, and that makes up for not being able to go to this other one. I spent way too long in that store looking in every crevice and corner that I could find, and I did find a lot of other bus stuff as you saw, but school bus stuff specifically, only a few things. Alright, so I had to go back up to Phoenix during the process of editing this video, and here's what I found. One thing I've started to do recently is look through all the license plates, although I haven't had any luck yet. And like I said before, always look through the pictures so you don't end up somewhere like here. Here's just a Fisher-Price school bus. Not interested in it. I figured I'd just record this for the video, though. And can I just say, this looks super creepy. Here's another one of those creepy Fisher-Price school buses, along with two smaller ones. Wasn't interested in those either. There were some assorted Hot Wheels here and there. I did not see anything in that big row of Hot Wheels down at the bottom of the case. And then this 5-pack was some ridiculous price. Because of my luck with the last set of clips where I got that big school bus sign, I've really started to search through all the signs that I find. Other people who do look out for me have had luck though. I've got 2 school bus signs that went on the bus itself, and 2 other smaller signs, and I have seen some stop signs here and there. Even if I don't find anything, they're still super cool to look at. Here I am back at the same place where I got that big school bus sign and international book from the last set of clips. I saw this tin school bus sitting on the shelf and figured why not, it was less than $5. I almost missed it, but behind the tin bus was the Pillsbury school bus. I had never had an opportunity to buy one, and again, it was pretty cheap, so I picked it up. You can't really see it on video, but this thing is pretty dirty. The lights unfortunately don't work. Maybe I'll eventually do a video of bringing that model back to life. And then on this little rotating thing, there were 2 airport coaches, but I didn't need them. So in addition to all of that stuff, Previous stuff that I have found at antique malls includes stop signs, I found school bus signs, I found plenty of models, brochures. There is a lot of good stuff there. But again, the common theme here is it's going to be hit or miss depending on when you go and where you go. Now, one last quick thing that I want to mention before we end the video is if your friends, family, or other people who might be willing to be on the lookout for you are willing to help, that's always great. I'm so thankful to have an extremely supportive family who is always willing to look out for that specific shade of yellow or just see any bus or bus part that they think that I must have, as well as a great group of friends in the community who know what I like and are able to point me to something if they see something that they think I would like, and of course being able to buy and trade stuff off of them. So always having an extra pair of eyes to look out for that stuff is always helpful because, like I said, there's not a huge amount of school bus stuff out there, so if someone else is able to find it, it's always good. Alright, so hopefully you got something out of this. If you've been looking for something for someone or you want to start your own collection, I hope that I've at least pointed you in the right direction. Or if you are looking for something a little more specific, that you might have a different idea on where to look for some of that stuff. Alright, so let me know what you all think about this. Maybe you have somewhere different that you go to buy the school bus stuff. And I think I just have one or two more videos that I want to do talking about school bus collecting before I get to the big school bus collection tour. I promise it's coming. It's just a very long process and it's very tedious, and I'm working on it when I can. So yeah, that is going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I always do appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe right down here. It's a magical red button that says you are now subscribed to Safety Liner C2. Make sure you comment up here, down here, over here, or over here. I don't know where they put it, down in here where they put it. Make sure you also give this video a thumbs up or you're not going to be able to ever buy any school bus memorabilia. And make sure you also share this video with a friend, show it to your mom, show it to your dad, show it to a guy on a random street. I don't care. Don't let anything happen to you. So yeah, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Thanks for watching.